Yeah, this is note number 6. If vector A and vector B they represent two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then the diagonals with proper direction represent the sum and the difference. That means in a parallelogram, if two adjacent sides are given as vector A and vector B with proper direction, then the two diagonals, regarding the two diagonals, how we can relate the diagonals with the sides. And this statement says that one diagonal will represent sum and one more diagonal is going to represent A minus B. It is a difference of two adjacent sides with proper direction. So here we have A and B. So one diagonal, AC diagonal. Again, triangular law of vector addition says the AC vector, AC, one of the diagonal, can be represented as sum, that is A plus B. One more diagonal, either you can call it as BD or you can call it as DB. So regarding this diagonal, they say that again the two given sides, vector A and vector B, which are given to us. Let me say that vector A is kept as it is and vector B, which is representing BC side. Parallel to this, I can speak about AD. So I can say that AD vector and BC vector, magnitude wise they are same. But if I make the direction the reverse, then DA can be called as minus of vector B. Then according to triangular law of vector addition, GA vector with the proper direction and vector A, AB vector A, I can say DB vector will be the resultant. Again, triangular law of vector addition with the proper direction, the resultant vector, I can say it is DB vector is equal to, it is vector A minus vector B. So one diagonal is representing sum, one more diagonal is representing the difference with proper directions, in the case of a parallelogram, if the adjacent sides are given as vector A and vector B. So next operation, let's continue here. Next operation we have multiplication of vectors by scalars. See, whenever we discuss regarding the multiplication, we have two types of multiplication in case of matrices, so in the case of vectors. So in the case of vectors, multiplication, we have two types. One, any scalar can be multiplied to a vector. One more, vector is multiplied to a vector, where again we have two categories, that is dot product as well as cross product. So vector multiplication, when we are discussing the vector multiplication, basically speak about two types of multiplication, scalar with vector, vector with vector. Vector and vector multiplication, again we have two types of multiplication. One is dot, one more is cross. So right now we are discussing regarding a scalar which is multiplied to a vector. Then what is the result? What is the result? Okay. And maybe again I should discuss regarding the matrix also. Whenever I discuss the matrix multiplication, it's revision I can say. We have already discussed the matrix multiplication. There are two types of multiplication. That is, a scalar can be multiplied to a matrix and matrix is multiplied to a matrix. Got it? So when scalar is multiplied to a matrix, we know again the result is a matrix only. Matrix is multiplied to a matrix, the result is again a matrix. Of course, the orders to be verified. It's not compulsory AB, matrix A into matrix B should be always multiplied. The condition applies, that is matrix A's order in which number of columns should match with B matrix number of rows. Then and only then the result exists. So matrix multiplication, we have two types of multiplication, scalar, one more matrix with matrix. When we come for the number system, we have only one type of multiplication, normal multiplication I should say, we have 2 into 3, okay, 4 into 5, in normal, where we can use a cross symbol, I can use a symbol, dot symbol, and so on. Complex number, we have only one type of multiplication. In matrix, we have two types of multiplication. In vectors, altogether we had three types of multiplication. Scalar multiplied with vector. In vector multiplication itself, we have dot and as well as cross product. So the definition says here, multiplication of vectors by scalars. What's going to happen if a scalar is multiplied to a vector? If vector A is a vector given to us and k is any scalar, then k into vector A is multiplied, is defined to be a vector. See, the result is once again a vector. When I multiply, the result is once again a vector. So right from beginning I am highlighting, whenever I speak about vector, two things I had to speak here. One magnitude, innondu direction. So further the statement says, whose magnitude is, its mod of k, I repeat, its mod sign has been used and I have to pronounce it as mod of k into, don't say mod here, say it is length of vector A. I'll give the expression shortly. And so overall I can say here, they speak about magnitude and whose direction is same or opposite to vector A depending upon whether k is positive or k is negative. So overall this picture, what I just now mentioned, speaks about, see, whenever a vector is given to us, say vector A is given to us, okay, with certain magnitude, let me say it is 3 units. Then if I have to speak about 2 times double of vector A is scalar multiplied to vector A, it says that kottiro vector A, I should say double 2 times. So lengthwise, if it is right now having 3 units, double, I should say it's going to be 6 units. What about the direction? They say that 2 times vector A is once again one more vector called B. It's a vector result. This vector result's magnitude is doubled because they say 2 times. But as direction, they clearly say that if 2 is scalar is positive, then direction remains same as that of given vector. If they ask us to go for minus 3 times of vector A, then the result is going to be the lengthwise, I should say it is 3 times here. But direction, negative sign, so I'll be using opposite to that of vector A. Vector A, I should say it is minus of 3 times vector A. So it's vector A given to us with certain magnitude. Then 2 times 2 is scalar multiplied is once again a vector whose magnitude is nothing but 2 is multiplied to the actual length what we have. 3 is multiplied, so I should say 3 is multiplied to the actual length vector A. So when I say 3 is multiplied to actual length, length is always positive. But the scalar can be positive because given from us, the scalar can be negative as I given here negative. So to convert that negative sign, we are using mod sign for this. Got it? That means that k times vector A, the whole thing is once again a vector result whose magnitude, clearly say here, it's mod of k into length of vector A. Regarding direction, if k is positive or k is negative, it is same as, if it is positive, it is same as that of vector A. If the k is negative, then the direction should be ulta, the reverse. So the same I have given here with explanation, vector A and k times vector A. K is positive, so it should remain with the same direction. Negative, opposite direction. Vector A, 2 times vector A accordingly, 3 times vector A accordingly, minus 3 times vector A direction is reversed. half of. It's not compulsory every time scalar should be a whole number. Even it can be fraction also. So vector and it's half of vector A, 1/4 of vector A, 3/4 of vector A, and so on. So this should be overall. Remember, any vector can be multiplied by scalar quantity also. The result is once again a scalar.